I can't see how anyone who watched this entire process could then assume that the AI is just doing all the work, and that—
Oh, certainly not! Certainly not! How can anybody ever think that? Of course! Of course, oh, you think the slave did all the work? Oh, just because I whipped it, oh, it's just because the slave was the one who did the paintbrush, oh, you think the slave did this? Oh, how dare you! Harumph, I say, I'm storming off now! All right, while we play Pow World, Shadiversities, a love letter to AI art. You don't need to be afraid. With 4.5k likes and 8.4k dislikes. Let's take a look.
art is very important to me. Ever since I was a very young child, my imagination would run wild, creating characters and stories and worlds. And art has always been a profoundly important part of me bringing those worlds into greater reality. It started off with drawing, and that's a passion I still have to this day.
I can already tell where he's going with this, and that's that, like, things that were in his head he wanted to put to paper, and AI just lets you do that. Bullshit. Bullshit. AI puts to paper what it thinks is in your head, okay? The best approximation of what it thinks is in your head, okay? And then you pump out another one and another one and another one. That one's not good enough. That one's not the way I want it. That one's not good enough. And you keep pumping this junk out, this amalgamated shitfest that it thinks is in your head. Okay? It thinks that it's reading your mind. It's like the world's worst medium that we've created. Okay? It thinks it knows what you want, but you have to keep on telling it, no, that's not what I want. Until you find something that's close enough that you say, well, you know, this one's pretty cool, I guess. And then that's good enough. That's your slop. Okay? You. That's not what's in my head, okay? That's what you think was in my head. What's in my head, only I know until I put it to paper. And once I have the fucking skills to do that, which are built up over many years of study and practice, only then will people know the imagery that exists in my skull. But a machine cannot predict that shit. Fuck you.
Creating new characters and depicting the worlds and stories I love to immerse myself in. It was a great revelation to me later on in life.
I think that's where it's going with it.
The physical, mechanical movement of drawing that I was actually enjoying, but it was the creation of something. There was some relaxation found in the methodical kind of movements of scraping a pencil along paper, but the true artistic satisfaction was in what I was creating.
I heard
why
artistic
wasn't I just drawing straight lines on a single piece of paper forever? But I do understand that there are some people that fall in love with certain mediums, but I still feel the greatest satisfaction comes from this process of creation. And then I discovered a new medium where I could depict these worlds and characters to even greater reality: writing. And since then I've become a published author, and writing is one of the great passions of my life, as still is drawing and art. My artistic pursuits have just broadened. I love to explore different mediums and tools that help bring my artistic visions into greater reality in different ways. And I've always appreciated tools that help me achieve certain things that I wouldn't be able to do otherwise. I love the look of inked art on top of my pencil drawings, making the lines more bold and it to stand out and pop from the page, yet it was also a very stressful experience because there was also a greater chance of smudges, and I even had other images ruined when small bits of water, just droplets, fell on the page, making the ink bleed. So, when having access to a scanner and being able to scan my hand-drawn images onto a computer, where I could digitally ink my images, solved all the issues and problems I was having with hand inking. It enabled me to do it more
Where are we going with this? This is very drawn out.
With the ability to erase mistakes and also make later edits. It was a phenomenal tool that helped bring my art to the next level, and I never had considered it cheating, or that I was losing some type of artistic pursuit in not wanting to pursue physical hand-inked art. This is the exact same experience I had with coloring. I never particularly enjoyed working with physical mediums, painting, pencils, pastels. The same stresses existed for mistakes, but that wasn't to say I never did it or that I couldn't find great satisfaction in making a hand-colored piece of art. But discovering digital coloring fixed all the problems that I was finding with hand coloring myself, and enabled me to produce much, much higher quality art than I was able to do without it. Technology enabled me to produce much higher quality artworks, cutting out much of the tedious processes, and enabled me to express my artistic vision faster, easier, to a higher level of quality. So as you can imagine, any technology that grants this same benefit, I am very, very interested in, hence my interest in AI art generators. Many people view this new technology
No,
as
it's not the
something
same
that
thing.
robs people of their artistic pursuit and
they would be correct.
potential. What I see is the exact opposite. Indeed, far from robbing artistic
Where are you
expression,
going?
when you approach it with intent, having a specific vision in your mind that you want to achieve, it can enable you to bring that vision into a level of reality, detail, and beauty than you might ever have been able to do without it. But when you combine other artistic talents and abilities that you cultivate in other mediums, that enables you to make the very best art with this technology. And I'm not kidding in this. I am an artist. I've developed a very keen eye for proportion and detail, and I have applied that in every artistic pursuit in whatever medium I'm using. There are many people who use AI art who have seen my images that I've made with this technology and have literally asked, how on earth do I produce these results? They see a difference in the quality that I'm able to achieve versus the quality that they have been able to achieve.
And also the
answer
style.
is, I'm applying every single talent I have developed in multiple mediums in my pursuit and love
Yes.
of art to this medium as well.
No.
Art generators are not a replacement of artists.
Yes, they are.
In actual fact, it can be one of the most profound and incredible tools for artists. Artists will simply be able to make the very best AI art.
No.
But when that is done, it's actually not AI art. The AI art generator is not doing all the work. Far, far from it. When I make my AI art, I am in full control with a specific vision in my mind.
When I make my AI art, I press the button and 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 press the button. Oh, that one looks pretty good.
Mind that I'm working towards. And as a result, this isn't made by just the AI, it's made by me using the tool of AI to achieve the specific vision that I have in my mind. This is AI assisted art. Just like Photoshop is digitally assisted art, although it includes many AI processes that enables people to cut corners, make shortcuts, achieve goals much easier and quicker, that many people don't want to acknowledge that they are using in their own digital art, but criticizing the exact same type of use and methodology that is actually present in AI art generation. Therefore, to prove that great amounts of artistry can absolutely be applied to AI art generation to achieve far greater results than what people are able to achieve without artistic talent and technical knowledge in the program.
Yeah, greater results, but it's fake. It's fake. Okay, it's not even greater results, by the way. You have like fucked up fingers and shit still. But no matter how good it gets, it's not art. Okay, again, it is a generated image of what it thinks you want. Okay, just because you can pick the right buzzwords to plug into the machine to get a closer approximation of what you want, does not mean it's making what you want. It's making what it thinks you want. I've already been through this spiel, so I'm not going to go through it again.
I'm going to take you through step by step, showing the entire process of the creation of one of my AI-assisted art pieces.
It's really not as easy.
Step.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, oh, I'm an AI artist. Well, you do digital art. That's easier than regular art, right? Than real art, right? Yeah, off. I've done digital art, and that shit's hard as fuck, okay? Yes, you have more tools at your disposal. Yes, in many ways it's more convenient. Yes, in many ways even it's easier. But there are also ways in which pen and paper is easier. One of the ways is accessibility. Any dumbass can pick up a piece of paper and a pencil and just draw. Okay, it's not that hard to put pencil to paper. You know what is hard? Putting a pen pad to a pad without it f***ing up on you, like without it breaking or something, without software, closing off. Knowing all the buttons to push to put the correct effect in that one pixel that just for some reason won't fix. There's an art to this shit. That's why it's called art. So stop minimizing it.
The people improve their art and ability to work with this new technology. So to demonstrate this process, we are going to be making an image of one of my favorite fictional characters, Supergirl. I had a big crush on Supergirl growing up and have a lot of nostalgic connection for this character, and what I love to do is to depict my wife as Supergirl because that's who she is. She is my Supergirl. She's the most beautiful creature in the world to me, and so I love making art of my wife. She is my muse, and I particularly love depicting her in the way that I see her. People don't see what I see when I look at my wife. When I look at my wife, I see the most
That man just told me everything I need to know about his hard drive.
beautiful creature in the world.
Not that
I
it's
see
illegal.
my
Nothing
superman.
illegal. I'm not
The
accusing him
first
of
step is
anything
to
illegal.
choose the AI image generator. There are multiple ones
Lots
out
of
there,
her.
but I use the local installation of Stable Diffusion in the automatic 1111 interface. The reason why Stable Diffusion is the best is that it enables you to use multiple extensions and add-ons, giving you far more freedom and control, enabling you
you can steal more things. Yes, it has a wider range of artists that it stole shit from. Right.
to achieve the artistic vision you have in your mind. It goes far beyond just trying to describe what you want in a prompt, because the very nature of AI art generators are infinite, and you don't want infinite outputs, you want a specific result. And as soon as you are working towards a specific result, it is quite impossible to get that out of a prompt and a click. It's going to take far more processes to achieve what you
No, but the problem is you may think that you want a specific result, and it's going to show you what you think you want. But nobody on this planet is going to be like, well, this one that it randomly generated is better than what I think I want. But, it's not authentic to what I think I want, so I'm going to skip to the one that I think, no. They'll take it. They'll take the better one. They'll be like, well, I had this unique idea, but that one is actually better. I think I'll take it. From a randomly generated amalgamation. Okay, this is the problem. It takes away, it robs people of creativity. It does. I don't care what you think you're getting out of AI. If you know exactly what you want something to look like, then do the fucking work and learn how to make it look like that. Just like all the rest of us do.
want and to make a flawless final image. There are many tutorials in how to install Stable Diffusion, and once it's installed, it actually runs through your web browser.
Right.
You're not going to a separate website, it's literally running locally on your computer. People assume that once you have Stable Diffusion installed, all you need to do is copy someone else's prompt and start spitting out incredible results.
That's true.
This is very far from the truth.
Oh, okay. Well,
Stable Diffusion comes with a base model, which is a set of training parameters that kind of encompasses the brain of the image generator. There are hundreds, going on thousands, of different AI image generating models made by the community at large, and experimenting and finding the best models.
That's crazy, man. With how insane it is, and with how insanely hard it is to do this shit, it is crazy just how fucking many there are.
Vision that you want is actually a very important part of this process. I've worked with many.
Yes, as you can see by this giraffe, the diversity here. The diversity and uniqueness of each one.
Many different models, finding out their strengths and weaknesses.
Wow. Crazy.
And as a result, I know which model will better help serve me in what I want to achieve.
Yeah, exactly. Wait. Yeah, exactly. What? Yeah, you just admitted to it. You're admitting to it. Wait, is he gonna say that like he's gonna fucking take these and like plug them into the machine? Please don't tell me that's what he's gonna say. That can't be.
I'm able to achieve. I actually do something that not everyone does with these AI image generators. No. I use multiple models for the same image, which I will demonstrate a little later. And so to achieve this...
He just admitted it! Wait, he just did! He just said it! Oh, here, yeah, let me go Google search some shit that other people have already made. Yeah. And I'm gonna reference them as if he's like a fucking genius. They're gonna help me. They're my little helpers. I'm gonna reference them, right? Our art, yeah. It's ours now. Except I would literally accept that before I accept this. It's not about it being my art. Okay, this isn't plagiarism. This is a step above plagiarism. This is adding an inhuman component to plagiarism. At least with plagiarism, you have a person stealing some shit from somebody, and that's still intentional. There's no intention behind what an AI does. Plagiarism is bullshit, and it sucks, but at least a plagiarizer has the feeling and the emotion behind and the intention behind their plagiarism. You know what a computer has? Ones and zeros. Okay? Plagiarists are literally more autistic than this shit, than this garbage.
This end result, I've needed to train a model based on my wife's face. This has been a long and difficult process with many, many failed attempts. The final face models that I have of my wife are the result of hundreds of hours of work. And the process
I've been
to achieve
doing
that
this
is
for
a video in and of
hours.
itself. At the moment, I have 3
It's
very
so
high-quality,
hard.
workable, usable face models based on my wife that can each achieve a different type of artistic output. And I often use all 3 of them in conjunction to achieve the very best results. First,
What is
we
my
need to
purpose?
refine the
You
prompt,
steal
and
art.
finding the prompt that works best is a process that can
Except it's
take
not.
thousands.
Except that's not its purpose. Because remember, you don't just steal the art. You then have to steal it, eat it, and then throw it back up in a different form. Don't forget, there's still an inhuman component there. So what is its purpose? Not only do you steal art, you swallow it and vomit it back up. And then you eat the vomit and then shit it out. And then that's your final product. Eat up! Slop is served!
Thousands of different tries. Just copying a base prompt that you find online
Yeah, the
does
dragon
not
thingy.
grant
It
you
looks
the
like,
knowledge of what individual words are doing what to achieve the results, because tweaking the prompt is an important part in
Looks like
guiding the
Meganium,
AI
kind of.
to get the results that you want. So, knowing how to weight certain prompts, the order of the prompt, the types of keywords are all very, very crucial. Experienced
Wow.
people with these programs know how to tweak the prompt as they
Okay, the same is true of optimizing a YouTube video for CEO. You guys know what that is? For the uninitiated, or sorry, not CEO, SEO. SEO is search engine optimization, okay? And a very important part of having a YouTube channel or any kind of platform is search engine optimization. You have to know the correct keywords to use in order to get people to watch your shit and be interested in you. Find your shit, I should say, to begin with. Because if you're not optimized for a search engine, then nobody's going to find you when they search relevant shit that's relevant to you, okay? I have good, my name now, Alec Gunter, has better SEO now than it did 3 years ago, okay, when I first started. So the reason is because of all the public shit that I've done. I'm a public figure now, all right? Not a big one, but I'm there. So now people can find me. So my name has gone up in the search engine. That's good SEO, okay? My videos appearing at the top of a search list means that I have good SEO. Okay, so my name now carries that. Now, when I upload a video, I try to tag it with shit that I know will make people, not only make people click on it, but make it appear on their page at all. That's good SEO. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing, is my point. Sorry about the spiel. I'm doing the same thing, is my point. But I don't consider that an art. Okay, I might I might call it an art. There is an art to it, I suppose. But the final product of optimizing my video is not itself art. For search engine, I should say. Okay? Like, I do the same shit and I don't consider myself an artist. But I would argue that there's more art to what I'm doing than to what you're doing.
generate images, guiding it by altering the prompts to get the results you want. But this
So
is
you're
still
less than
only
art,
the
is what I'm
first
saying.
part of the
You're
process.
less than not art.
There is still much, much more required, as well as additional things
Oh,
that
no,
can
you poor
drastically
thing.
affect and change the results, which are called lauras. Lauras are like additions to models that can be applied to any model that have been trained to push the results in a certain direction. And most people who first try Stable Diffusion have no idea what they are, or that there are even different models to use, or the
Wow.
importance of keywords, order, weighting in prompts, and figuring out all of this.
Okay, having a difficulty curve does not an art form make. Okay, just because there's difficulty in this does not mean that it's art. Okay, all you're telling me is that the time that you spend researching for how to optimize AI art, you could have just spent training to be an artist. It's a self-own, dude. Oh, it's so hard. Oh, woe is me. Guess what else is hard? Go be a fucking artist if it's so easy. Go study the blade. I am sentencing you to 5 years of studying the blade. Do that and then come back and bitch at me about how hard it is to shit out an AI piece of shit.
Is actually technical knowledge, skill in using this technology. Even when the technology
No,
improves
please, go
with
on.
updates, you need to learn how to use those updates. What is it doing? Oftentimes new
I'm just
extensions
gonna grind 'cause
need
that's
to
all I can
actually
do right
be
now.
looked for, found, added to Stable Diffusion, and you then need to learn how to use them. Getting better at using these tools and taking advantage of how this technology gets better is a crucial
not art.
part in making the best quality art with this technology.
No.
So the prompt that we're using here is raw photo, full body image of a beautiful sci-fi supergirl flying in the sky and wearing a long red pleated skirt and red cape and red boots. Starting with a full descriptive line of
I'm gonna go back to this right after I kill this bitch.
And guidance to the prompt. This doesn't work with all models though. You have to know the best prompts that work with different models. Then I have the line trigger word that generates my wife's face. This trigger word will literally achieve nothing in models that are not trained off of my wife's face. And so for
this is hard work right here. Look at this. It's just like art, right? Raw photo, full body image of a beautiful sci-fi supergirl flying in the sky and wearing a long red pleated skirt and red cape and red boots. Image of blank person smiling. If young woman, supergirl flying in the sky. Science fiction, This is your art. This is your art. You fucking plebeian. This is what you present to me as your art? I dare say no. How dare you? Get out of my sight, you peasant. How fucking dare you? I think not.
The majority of these first generations, this is doing nothing. Then I start with guiding keywords. These are all very important guiding words of elements that I want in the prompt, and some might confuse you a little, like armor and sci-fi armor, metal top. The type of Supergirl image I want is one that has a more sci-fi looking Supergirl outfit with detailed gold accents on the top and belt and boots, and these keywords the exact type of thing that will heavily influence the output. And I've only figured out that they work this way through experimentation. My next prompts are now focused on the actual imagery.
I can think of a method to take this middleman out here, replace it with something a little simpler. There might be something that's coming between the art and the artist here that shouldn't. And I feel like if this man simply knew what a pencil was, he wouldn't be trying to tell a machine to draw for him. Perhaps we should introduce him to a pencil and paper. And then he can begin the long, arduous process of actually being an artist. And then he'll understand. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe he doesn't know what a pencil is. I'm just saying.
The artistic style. There are a couple of repeats there, that adds additional weight, and some prompts I did learn just work well from other people who work with these programs, like DSLR. The last part of the prompt,
literally reverse engineered SEO,
working.
exactly.
One is a noise offset, which makes better lighting, and the other is a LoRa that adds mecha-type technology details. Both these LoRas are available on Civitia, and the mecha one is particularly awesome when pushed to a further degree, can get some really cool sci-fi results. But I'm using it here just...
So you're saying that I could just put in girl wearing armor, and then it gives me girl wear. Whoa! And wait, what if it's not cool enough? But what if it's not cool? Wait, I could just say make it cooler. Whoa! What? Whoa! This is real art. Whoa! Yeah, okay.
Just to weight the generation towards a more sci-fi looking outfit.
You have to put in cool 5 more times.
The metal accent details of the image. So this is the way that I prompt, and the specific order of the different categories of prompts affects the output, and it actually results in an AI-generated artistic style. My AI-generated images have a particular look to them, and it's the result of the way that I prompt, and I prompt this way because it gives me the results that I want. Wow. This is not random. This has been achieved through trial and error experimentation. And yes, someone can just copy and paste this, but there's still...
Yeah, it's not random. I rolled the dice until I got a 6.
You're not going to get the same results as me, because next is my process. And the next stage in that process is choosing the specific model to generate the first image that is going to be the foundation of the final image. But you might be shocked at how different this first image is compared to how it will look to the final result. After experimenting with multiple different models, I do have to say, Rev Animated is one of the very, very best in terms of creative design. Fine details in clothing, lighting, composition. Rev Animated is incredible.
If I'm looking at a fucking design and I'm like, maybe this would be better with like some blue dots, and then like it just arbitrarily throws some blue dots on it. And you're like, oh, cool, yeah, it is, yeah. I like that. Go with that. But you didn't put it there. But you did not put that there. Each of those dots was arbitrarily generated by an algorithm. You didn't put that there. You didn't do that. That's not yours. That's not you. That is not you. And if you think that's you, you are selling yourself short, my friend. You have zero self-respect. If you're saying, yes, this AI art is representative of me and my work, that's disgusting, man. How dare you think that lowly of yourself? You're a human being. Stop acting like you're an animal. Okay, you have like actual creative freedom. Use it. Use it. Stop this. Don't do this to yourself. God made you for a bigger purpose than this. Stop. You need Jesus.
But if you're only going to be used Rev Animated, you're going to be limited by this model's limitations. It is not a real.
That's what's limiting him.
It is made
artistically
to make animated-looking images. So we are going to be using the strengths of Rev Animated combined with the strengths of other models to achieve what we want. So we start generating a couple of images, and yes, some look good, but they don't have what I'm after. And then I generated this image, and at first I was ready to
bigger
move
breasts,
on, but I paused because there was something that I saw in this image that I had to go back to, and this is where applying artistic talent is really important.
Oh, is it? Oh. The random amalgamation that it generated randomly generated something that I think looks pretty cool. So now I'm going to go back and save that little bit and tell it, okay, this was cool, but the rest is f***ed. Okay, let's keep going. Right? Even low-tier art, this is the opposite of art. There is art, there is non-art, right? And then this is negative art. This is negative art. I refuse to respect this as anything but negative art. It is literally taking out anything that makes this remotely close to art. Anything. Anything. No. Low tier art would be the biggest compliment and lie that anybody ever gave AI art. It's an amalgamation, it's an abomination, and I hate it.
You might not see what I see in this image, but I see...
Except for when Oni Plays does it. That's really funny. Go watch Oni Plays AI art thing. I love that shit. That's the only good thing AI art ever brought me is those videos. It's so funny.
The potential for
from real artists
pose and composition here.
Like Oni.
It's not actually there, but I see the potential for it. This is hugely important, and it defines such a massive difference in someone who is able to apply an artistic eye to this process versus someone who doesn't have
artistic eye, yes,
to do so, and they're just limited.
Yeah, all you're saying is that like those who go into museums and pretend to know shit because they have the big words for every little dot that they look at. Oh, this exquisite squiggle right here. I wonder what this represented, right? Every one of those is an artist? Yeah, fuck you, dude. No, this is LARPing. You're LARPing as an artist. You're LARPing. I refuse.
With the images that they're able to generate. And so with this image, I now have a vision of what I can achieve with it. But to achieve that, that's going to require me
more button press. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
To what I want the final image to
Save
be.
the good bit.
So
throw the rest out. Here we go.
Into Photoshop, but first, we
round
want a
and
more
round
detailed version of this same image.
No,
and
press
so
the
we're
button.
going to
Yes.
repeat the seed.
Yes, press the button.
Prompt,
show me the good stuff.
We're going to generate the exact same image, but we're going to do the high-res fix,
Woo!
which is going to upscale it using the same seed input, which means the additional detail
seed input, baby. He put his whole seed into this.
So it generates the exact same image, and then you're going to notice that it gets blurry once
That's
again.
How you know
this
he
is
loves
what the
it.
high-res fix is doing. It adds more noise to the image and then adds greater detail, upscaling it into a larger size. Now that we
tell me what artist you know that has seed input. Okay? What artist has ever said seed input? No, none but this one. That's how you know. He puts his seed into it. He puts his entire seed into it. That's how you know that this is real art, and this man's a real artist. There's not a single artist on this planet that has more dedication to the craft than this man right here, putting his whole seed into his art. I respect it.
We have this image in Photoshop. I'm going to recompose many of its elements to the image that I want it to be. And I wonder if any of you can actually see what I see in this image, the potential. Take a good look at it.
Go get him.
But in any case, I am going to show you. So I bring the image into Photoshop, and I see that there is a problem with...
Wait, don't kill it! Wait, no, I gotta catch it! Don't kill it!
Armor there that doesn't fit, so I'm going to copy the right shoulder over and place it over the left one, just so when I regenerate this image, it's not going to have a silver kind of mark there. It's going to register that no, this is supposed to be blue, and it's going to regenerate the image with the correct shoulder. The right hand has potential, but the left hand is a mess. So we're simply going to take the right hand and copy it over to the left one.
Very simply, I would say.
Exactly
Yeah.
the same. It just means that the
look at
AI is going to have
Good
a much
as new.
stronger guide to make a far more realistic looking hand when we regenerate
Wow.
this image. Now we come to
Almost
one of
like
the more
magic.
important parts of this recomposition of the
There it
image
is.
to give a much stronger guide to what I want to
It
achieve.
looks just like every other AI amalgamation I've ever seen. Every single one. They all look the f***ing same. You are not an artist, man. You're not. It's so weird.
And it's in
Stop
the cape.
LARPing.
There is something really cool here in the cape that has great potential.
Oh, is it
You
cool?
might not be able to see it, but you will see it as
Damn
I
it.
alter the image. And part of me altering the cape, I'm also going to be changing the background. I want an image of Supergirl flying through the air, and this actually has a brilliant beginning for a background sky, but the issue is there are buildings in the way, so we're going to edit out the buildings. This has also given the
Wow.
side cape of Supergirl here a much cooler kind of flaring out silhouette, but that silhouette can be
But you're just picking things out that you don't like about the picture and saying, "Oh, hey, throw the dice again just for this part, though. Throw it again, just for this part, though. Give me something new here. Give me a good thing, okay? I don't know what it is yet, but give me a good thing here. Because this one's not good, okay? I know that you think it's good, but I don't. So give me one that you think is good. The artistic process, yeah. This one's not good. Give me a new one. You know what an artist does when they make something that they don't like? They learn from it and they try again, okay? Maybe they even throw it away in frustration. You know why? Because art is a f***ing process to learn. It's hard. It's hard, okay? And we can make it easier for people who need it, and it should be as accessible as possible. But it's always been accessible. A pen and a piece of paper, a pencil and a piece of paper, a marker and a piece of paper. Or a wall. Chalk on a wall, okay? It's accessible already. If somebody has handicaps that they need it to be more accessible, we will make those. But AI is not one of those. It's not a handicap, okay? And it's not a tool. It's certainly not a tool. If anything, a handicap, but certainly not a tool. It just does it for you. It does it for you. That's lazy, man. That's passionless. You want a machine to make your art for you instead of like push your numbers, you know, like make it easier? Come on. Where's the passion? Where's the humanity? Where's the drive for some enjoyment in life? Because when I see an AI artist, I see dead slop. Dead slop. Okay, and sometimes it's really funny dead slop. And that's the only type that I respect, because usually somebody's making that as a goof. Alright? The art there is behind the goof. But part of that is the fact that it's slop. I disagree with the passionless. No, it's passionless. No, I give it no credit. No credit. Duh, give me Supergirl flying in the air. Where's the passion in that? If you're passionate about Supergirl, draw your damn self.
improved once we finish off changing.
I'm
the
so
background
passionate about
to the
Supergirl
sky.
that I
And we're going to
threw
be
her
taking
into
out
an
the
AI
flaring
machine
kind of side of this cape and
until
copying
it
to the other
spit
side,
something out that
which
I
is gonna
thought
give
I could
a
jerk
much
off
more
to.
striking silhouette to this Supergirl image. Then
The
we're
light
going to
wasn't
crop
bouncing off
and
of her
center
tits
the
good enough the
image
first
so
time. I had to cut
silhouette
that
is
one out.
even more striking, and we have the base foundation image of the one that I want to achieve. The vision I have in my mind has now been composed by hand in Photoshop. This is not the AI doing this. This is me making a hand composition based off an AI generated image, making many significant changes to achieve a far greater composition that
Fuck
the
you.
AI never would have made on its own. I realized that there was
I
one
bet.
change that I forgot, and that's the kind of metal stockings that she has on her legs. No, I don't want that. So I'm going to paint over this with a basic skin texture, and notice that I'm adding simple shading to it. Yet even this simple shading does require a knowledge of basic shading principles. And so the previous experience I
Doesn't
have
matter.
in digital coloring is being used to a very significant degree here. Without
Okay, but it already looks good enough. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if you know good shading at all. Because it's already good enough. I can't tell the difference between an artificially tampered with AI art and something that a machine just spit out. It doesn't matter how good you are at shading. You know, all you're doing is touching up the slop. You're putting sprinkles on it. It's still slop.
Without that, it would have been much, much harder for the AI to redo the legs in a better, more realistic look, and to have had removed those metal kind of stockings. So I just want you to take a look at the before and after of this image. All these edits were done by hand, or, digital hand.
Done by hand, Mike. You stick your hand up your ass, dude. At least then they'll be using it.
You know what I mean? And already there has been significant human input to get the results that we want. And to say the final image that we're going to get out of this foundation was just made by the AI is completely false and disingenuous. But this is only the beginning. There's a lot more involved to get the final results. We have a great composition with dynamic lighting, a good pose, and it's been the combination of using the strengths of the Rev animated model and my own artistic eye and digital illustration.
My own autistic eye, which I assure you is quite autistic. It's autistic, damn it. I'm an artist, damn it! Respect my methods. I'm an artist of Supergirl. She's brilliant. And she's mine. Supergirl art! And it's all AI. My AI. I says I. My AI is nigh. Respect my methods of art.
It. And so now I want to make this image more realistic. And to do that, we need a different checkpoint model. We're going to switch from the Rev animated model to the realistic visions model. So now we take this foundation, this edited version, and put it into the image to image function of Stable Diffusion. The generations now are going to be based off of this foundational image using the realistic vision.
What you're describing to me is the process of operating a complex machine. That's not art. You are operating a complex machine, and that is all you are doing. All right? You're operating a machine that spits out a product, and you get to decide whether to keep it or not. That's what you're doing. That's all you're doing.
Model. And the result is actually pretty darn cool already. Many people might be happy with this result, especially if they don't have the artistic eye
I'm never
to see
happy
all
with
the
that
errors
result.
in it, or the ability to fix those errors. We're going to adjust some of the settings here. Knowing how the adjustment is going to affect the output is also very important, the denoising strength and the CFG scale. I want to give the AI a little more freedom in altering it, but not too much, and so I'm going to regenerate the
not too
image
much.
now. And what I've done right here, knowing how to work the settings
keep the
to
cheating,
get the results you want,
back a little
is
bit.
something that only comes with experience and practice. It is literally a skill that you develop using this new tool.
And the
I
final
wouldn't
result
go too far
is
there,
better.
better. Specifically, look at how much better the hands are because I was able to give the AI a little more freedom to push it towards the results that I want.
Yes, you told the AI to do it for you. You just said it. How do you not get this? How does he not get this yet? What? He just said it. Yeah. The process is I told the computer to do it better. Do the thing better. Do it better. Here. More freedom for you, my friend. Now work for me, machine. Work. Hiya, I say. Hiya. Oh, yes. As you can see, I told my slaves to read my mind. I gave them words to select from in order to paint this picture, which is mine, mind you, which is mine. Okay, I made this, but my tool was my slaves, you see. They were the ones holding the pencils, yes. But through my brilliant vision, they were able to create this. Now, I didn't tell them where to put anything. I just said certain words, like big tits and Supergirl and blue and flying through the sky. And I said, work! Work! Get going! Make it! And I had to make it 1,000 times over until finally, they gave me the product that I so desired, that I had in my head the entire time. For reals, I promise. It was really there, guys. It was there. The vision was there. Okay, I just had other people do it, but it was here. It was all from here. I swear on me mum. Swear on me mum.
But it also changed the feet a little bit, and I like the feet of the original base image a little better. And so I'm going to generate a new image with less freedom to
I'm
get
going
the
to make
I
your feet
want.
smellier.
And so what I'm doing here
They
is
need
I'm
green
generating
stick lines.
different results at different parts of the image. Different settings sometimes gives enough freedom.
I know
to
that
get
may
a better
seem
result,
weird, but it's an
say, on the
autistic touch
Superman
that I like
S,
to give it.
But lower settings will get a better result.
As an
on the
AI
feet.
art
And so
generator.
then, what am I supposed to do if I like one thing from one image
Oi, sweet me
and
woof.
elements of another one? Well, we're going to
Right,
combine
too
them.
right.
And we do that in Photoshop.
Swear
And so
me,
I
mum.
have 3 base images that I'm going to work with, and I'm going to grab some of the best elements of each. It's done the foot really, really well in this image, but only the left foot. So I'm going to grab that, and then I'm going to change that into a right foot and add it to the image. Again, the ability to do this requires knowledge of anatomy and proportion. Because I know how to draw feet, I also know how to change and warp this one so it will match a right foot in the image. Literally photo bashing from the assets I've been able to create from the AI image generator. There are some unnecessary parts, additions on the skirt that shouldn't be there, so we're going to remove that as well. This is simply having an eye for proportion and consistency in the image. The skirt is also too short for my liking as well, so we're going to increase the length, and it doesn't need to be flawless in its quality. It's going to mess up the consistent lines of the pleats of the skirt.
This
but
is
that
art,
actually
by the
doesn't
way.
matter,
This is
because
art.
what we need
Watch the
is
process.
to give the AI a guide so it
Good.
knows
No, this is
what
good.
to
This
fix.
is
That's
all
what we're
art.
doing here.
Promise.
And what we want to fix is specifically
Still
the
art.
length of the skirt. It will be able to fix the pleats on its own if we give it enough freedom, specifically in the denoising.
On its own! On its own! You said it again! He keeps saying it. It's on its own. Yes, you're right. It is doing it for you. It's doing it for you! You're telling a machine to do it for you. You're telling it to read your mind and do it for you. That's what you want it to do.
Strength.
That is
There's
not
another
art.
area here on the image that you need to have a keener eye to see. Do you see on the right part of the cape how the
I see
sky is
shit. I
brighter
see
above the cape,
garbage.
but darker underneath?
That's the only thing I
That
see.
gives a kind of unnatural transition to the cloud, so we're just going to brighten it a little underneath the cape so it looks more natural. The way the cape connects.
Every time he opens his mouth, I'm even more surprised he has a wife. I mean, at the end of the day, what kind of person do you have to be to think that AI art is at all legitimate? You know, what does that say about where you are mentally in the world? You know what I mean? Like, where you're at in your life mentally. What does that say about a man when he just, like, submits to the almighty algorithm gods? Finally, you know, like, oh, I give you my heart and soul, great computer gods. You're mine. I'm sorry. I'm yours now. I'm yours. Take me, oh great gods. You know, generate slop for me. Generate slop for me so that I can tell my friends that I did it. You know? Because I have no passion or anything left in life. I have nothing to look forward to. I have no great loves or interests. I have nothing going for me, you know? I'm like moderately successful as a YouTuber, I suppose. I don't know how successful he is, but like, I have nothing left, so fuck it, you know, just, I give it all to you, great computer gods. Make my slop. Make it for me. Let it be done. Let my will be done. Make my slop. I'll tell my friends that I made it. Fuck you. Because I have nothing left. Passionless.
To the top is also a little inconsistent, and I would actually like kind of metal toggles or something that's going to attach the cape to the outfit. So we're going to add 2 gold lines added by gold accents on the outfit.
You're gonna wait.
This means removing certain lines that we don't want on the image and adding new lines that we want the AI to latch onto and fix. We're also going to
the AI
readjust
will
the
fix
color
it, not
so
you.
The AI again has
Once
a
again,
standard guide to
the
color
machine
the
doing
image
it.
how we want. And here is the before and after of the image with the edits that we have made in Photoshop. There is another significant element that we're going to do here that's going to help improve the quality of this image dramatically. So much so that my graphics card doesn't actually have the power to do it. We want the image to be a higher resolution, which is going to increase the details to a large degree. But if my computer isn't strong enough to handle such a high resolution image, how are we going to continue improving the image? Well, the key is using the in-painting feature of Stable Diffusion. The resolution that we're going to increase the image to is 2000 pixels high on its length. So whatever the width is, it's going to adjust automatically, but the height of the image is now 2000 pixels. And we're going to bring that into Stable Diffusion. By using the in-painting feature, the image generator doesn't need to generate a 2000 pixel high image and overtax my computer. It's only going to generate the section of image that I'm highlighting, which is
Yeah.
actually closer to around 700 pixels, not 2000. But it also means that section of image is a higher resolution than what it was. This is actually a more advanced technique that not many people know of who do stable
they keep doing
diffusion
this?
image generation. By increasing the
Dumbasses.
resolution of the image and then using InPaint to generate smaller sections of that image. One, of course, you're able to produce a much higher resolution image from the generation phase, but this also enables you to control and get much higher details, especially
Yeah.
smaller details that Stable Diffusion can't usually define or latch onto when the image resolution is too low. This can be
we get
important
to
with
the
small
art?
elements of the picture.
I heard it was
like
AI
bubbles
art.
or
I don't see the
buttons or
art.
symbols, eyes, and more. And so we're going to regenerate that section of image using the image-to-image feature, so it's using the input image as its base and foundation to be the primary guide for the results. And sometimes the results are very subtle and different, but as I compare them, I can see that the S works better in one and that the belt looks better in another. And so we're going to bring that image back into Photoshop and we're going to make certain corrections. The shade transition on the bust is too jarring and it makes them look pointed, and so we're going to smooth those out. We're going to
Of
remove
course.
certain lines that we don't want on the outfit, and we're going to make the
Yes.
toggles that are
Go on. Pretend you're a fucking artist for me, for my amusement, please. Go on. No, please. Go on and edit the AI photo. Literally edit it for once. You know, actually pick up the tools. And now you get to act like you're an artist, right? Now you get to... See, this is where the LARP comes full circle. Because up to this point, he has not actually picked up a tool that it would imply he's doing the art. But now it has come full circle because now he gets to pick up that tool for himself, you see. Because now you can see, he said the tits are too pointy. So the tits are too pointy. You have made me a pointy-titted girl, and I did not ask for that, machine. But no, don't worry. Don't worry, machine. Oh, you sit down. You've done a good job. You've been a good boy. Oh, you've been a good boy. Okay? You've done a very good job. Now I shall do the work of the serf. I mean, the artist, of course, is what I meant. I shall take pen in hand. I shall perfect this in my image. And then they do the equivalent of Squidward putting the nose on the statue that SpongeBob made. Like, really, like, it looks like shit. It looks like shit. Look at it. It's like, look, what is this? Hey, what are you doing with it? Go ahead, finish.
Consistent on each side, removing certain artifacts and elements on the image that don't make sense, like fixing up the neckline. We're going to bring that image back into Stable Diffusion.
Oh, no, wait, no, okay, my bad. No, sorry, that wasn't, see, she was playing an artist for a second there, but now, here we go. Oh, stand up, who told you to sit down? Get back up. Why, you take a big pen in the hand for 2 seconds, and you think that you can just nod off? Get up! Keep going! Keep going! Nobody told you to rest!
Image to image, and we're going to lower the settings so it doesn't alter it as much.
God damn.
But using as a guideline for the new image, we're going to generate different results. And it's already looking much better.
It's comical.
Detail. And there are still many additional things that we need to fix. The next stage is fixing the skirt.
The machine's revolted, yeah.
Select the skirt and adjust the settings to generate a much better, more consistent result. But it's not perfect. There are still edits and fixes that we need to make in Photoshop.
Your art
back
here.
Into Photoshop
Go on.
And make those fixes.
Just
some of the gold.
I'm so disappointed in them, man. I'm so disappointed. I'm like, oh look, he's actually picking it up. And, you know, I made a big joke about it. I did. You know, I feel a little bad, actually, because I made a big joke about it. He actually picked up the tool. You know, he actually picked up the tool of the artist. He finally said, you know what, I'm going to go in and I'm going to modify this myself. You know, I really thought that he was going to, I thought he was going to do it. I really thought, you know. Yeah, it would literally take less time to learn to draw. Literally. And then you could actually be proud of this shit. Then you can actually show your friends, hey, look at what I made. You know? Good point. Great point. All this work for what? For what? What is this, man? Like, come on. This is not... It's not art. It's not art, man. It's not. Come on, have some fucking standards. Have some self-respect.
lines have become washed
It's
out, so we're
disgusting.
going
It's
to do
abhorrent.
another color kind of correction and guideline in the image.
It's a sin.
Putting that on a new layer and adjusting the
Fine,
layer settings
Jesus.
so it blends nicer and gives a better guide for the AI. There's also an error on the seam line of the neck that we're going to fix here, and you might notice the tool that I'm using most of all is the stamp tool in Photoshop. Back into inpainting, we select
He
the
does
top,
literally just want a
and we
3D
have a
printed
better guide
Supergirl.
to generate the results that we want. I specifically want the top to look less like cloth, but a thicker type of material verging
Human
on
sized,
armor,
yeah.
and so I adjust that in the prompt, giving greater weight to what I want, and look at how the results already look more armored
Wow.
or more metallic.
Look
And
at
it's
how
through
the computer did
experience
it.
that I now know
Not
how
me, of course.
adding weight to certain words
That's too
in
much
the
for
prompt
me.
will affect the image. This is one of the reasons why I have far more
I'm so
control
glad this
in
is so
producing the
disliked.
images
It's
that
great.
I want over a person who just copied and pasted a prompt and doesn't actually know how those words in the prompt is affecting the finer results of the image generation. And therefore, they don't know what words to emphasize or de-emphasize, to add or remove.
Wow, they don't?
To
Oh,
get
man.
far more refined and specific results. It's knowing how to make subtle differences like this, how to guide the AI.
Yeah,
to
guide.
the
Yes,
image that you have in
yes.
your
You said it
mind.
again.
That is so important. That enables you to
Guide
get
the AI.
more
You are
specific results.
telling the AI
And it
what to
also
do.
proves
It's
that getting
doing
these
it for
specific
you.
results is literally impossible for the AI.
Yeah, good idea.
generator
Yeah,
on
yeah.
its
Let me
own.
just like.
It's requiring such constant guidance and human input. This literally feels like me making
have to keep
changes
whipping.
on a canvas with a brush.
I have to keep
and based on
whipping.
the results, I go back into the prompt.
It won't paint
changing it,
faster.
making greater weight and
Paint
differences,
faster.
continually
I have to keep
refining
on whipping it.
towards the
I have to
results
keep
that
on
I
whipping
want.
it. It won't
And
paint
we finally
faster.
have a
Paint
much
faster.
Better image.
Oh, that's
which is
pretty-
the
okay, that's
direct
good.
Result of very intentional action taken by myself. This wasn't the AI pushing for these results. That was me.
Daddy, the
as
machine
if I
won't
had a
work
digital
faster.
brush remaking the image. Still not perfect.
won't give me
We
what
need
I
to make some
want.
fixes in Photoshop.
Daddy,
Removing lines.
The machine isn't painting what I want,
defining
Daddy.
certain shapes.
Did you try
fixing up
hitting it,
colours, and
daughter?
more.
Oh, I
Back
haven't
into
tried
image
that
to
yet,
image,
Daddy.
We're going to do another generation. but with a
Faster,
much
faster, machine.
lower setting,
Paint
because
what
we
I
don't
want.
the
Paint what
AI
I
to change
want.
the image too much at this point.
Don't make
But
me
what we
do
want
it,
is for
Daddy.
the AI
Oh, never
to
for you,
blend
dear.
all those edits together. So
Thank
they
you,
look
Daddy. I love you.
seamless. And look at
Work
the result
faster.
here. This is
Paint what I want.
so much better. In fact, the top is basically done. It's easily of high enough quality that many people would be happy with. I'm going to make some additional edits a little later on, but we are ready to move on to other elements of the image, like fixing up the skin tone on
We're
the
not done with
legs,
whipping boy
fixing
yet.
up the hands, and so they look far better and more realistic. This again is literally digital illustration that I'm applying to the image. We're going to fix up the color in certain parts as well, and then even make more significant changes to the color because I actually want red cuffs instead of pure gold. So this is a matter of adding a color layer and adjusting the layer
yes,
settings
finally.
to change the color from underneath, but using the same texture and shading. Back
See,
into
see-
image to image.
See,
and then I'm going
the machine could have never done that. The machine could the what you guys are missing here is that he's too good. He's classier. He's classier than that. He did not just cut those parts out and tell the machine to make it red. No. He's classier than that. See, this time he actually did pick it up. He said, okay, I'm going to go in and make the change. Yeah, right. Here we go. Okay, now I'm doing it. And I could have just told the machine to do it like I did for everything else. I could have done that, but I'm better than that. You know what? I'm better than that. No, the fuck you aren't. Sit down, LARPer.
going to regenerate the hand and
Sit down.
cuffs, but I want the prompt to guide it in the direction where I want, and there is a lot
Nobody
of
cares
elements in
anymore.
the prompt that are completely unnecessary for hands.
Paint
I
your
first
slop.
need to add detailed hands to the prompt for it to give it a focal point that I'm generating hands here, and then I can remove a lot of the other unneeded elements. And now the hands are looking much better. But the cuffs don't look metallic enough or armored
okay.
enough, so I'm going to regenerate those with the
Pop it in the
metal
machine.
layer
Yeah, there.
added back
Yes,
in,
there it
which
is.
gonna
Yes,
make it
hey,
look
there it
more
is.
metallic.
We got
And with
it.
that, we've almost done the larger
We got it,
elements,
folks.
bringing the
We
image
got
into
it.
a higher resolution.
There it
and
is.
the next crucial stage is to generate a higher resolution and more detailed face. But of course, we're going to begin.
Wasn't done yet. I have to get one more in there.
And so I'm going to load in the model that I personally trained, and we're going to use
Oh,
that
okay.
in image to image to generate my wife's
No, you
face.
don't understand.
And I'm
I
going to
trained
adjust
this
the prompts to
slave.
give her the
I trained
expression
this
that I
slave in
want. I want
painting.
her
I
smiling.
trained him.
My wife has one of the most beautiful smiles in the world. And so we generate it several times with different
So
settings.
it's basically
until
my
we
art.
have a face that is actually looking really nice. And the image could be considered mostly complete at this point, but I'm a perfectionist, and I'm
Oh,
an artist.
oh, okay,
I want
good.
this image to be as good
No,
as
please,
possible.
pull out the machine
The
again.
difference between someone with an artistic
Will you do
eye,
it?
an eye for proportion and detail,
Come on,
versus
baby.
someone who
Come on,
doesn't.
show me the
There are
machine.
many people who would look at this image
Pull it
and
out.
not be able to
Pull out
see
Whipping Boy. Come on,
any
let's go.
additional errors or
Let's go.
flaws, and that can be well enough. I think someone would have every right to be proud of the final results.
Daddy, the machine made it with
is beautiful,
flaws.
but there is a difference
Flaws
between
even.
making
What do I
good
do,
AI
Daddy?
art and
Just
making
tell it to make
some
it
of the
again,
best. I
dear.
want the top to look a
There
bit
we go.
more like armor, and so
Let's
I'm going to
go.
top
We got it, boys.
on armor with the mecha Laura added back in.
There it
And
is.
there are some
There it
interesting
is.
results with good potential. I'm going to combine some.
It
of the
wasn't
best
perfect
features of
enough.
both. The
It must
chest
be
and
more
center of
perfect.
This image is really, really
Do it
good,
again.
but the wrinkles on the side look awful, and so I'm going to bring in the side parts of the body from another image.
I command
I'm
you.
going to clean up and reposition some of the line work, bring back the gold
Faster.
highlights, and bring back a much better looking belt. That
Who's
was
been
on
doing
one of the
anything for
previous
anybody?
versions. There are some other errors on the image that need to be
If
fixed.
you couldn't tell, I
the
don't like
position of
this
the
shit.
cape. It looks like there's just a separate bit of detached cloth. The cape is coming down far too low here compared to how it flares out on the side.
Broken
And so
bone.
we're going to remove those incorrect
Come here.
elements on the cape. The earring is standing out too much and doesn't suit the image, so we're going to remove that. And the expression of my wife just doesn't look right. And so I'm going to load in another face model, which generates my wife's face in a more artistic style, which won't suit the image, but it always does better proportions. And so I'm going to generate a version with that model of my wife's face, use that as a base guide, and then use the more realistic face model to give us the final expression. And it looks more natural with a better smile. Because I was just generating a section of her head, her hair now looks of a different style compared to the hair that is flying off to the left. And so I'm going to select the hair and
Good idea. Make
regenerate
the
it
machine
so
do
it's
it.
Consistent. We are now
Make the machine do
very,
it. Yeah.
very close, but
There you
there's
go.
still
There you
some
go.
finer details that just need to be
Perfect.
fixed, like the sections of cloth here on the skirt, some odd indents and lines on the top, and there's two sharper transitions.
Oh, it's not
on the
perfect.
shading on the bust, and so we're going to smooth those out. This is looking pretty darn good.
It's
But there
so
is a problem
stupid.
with the image, and once again,
It's
I
so
wonder if
stupid.
you
Why
could
would you
notice
do this? Why
only
would you out yourself like this? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I can't help but laugh at it. It's so, like, am I wrong? Like, it's just, why do people do this? Why? Well, just learn to draw it. Just learn to draw it. Just do it like the rest of us do it. Do it like how fucking humans have been doing it since the day we put rock to wall. Rock to cave wall. Rock to cave wall. It's in our fucking DNA. Learn it. Learn it.
someone who is familiar with anatomical proportions would be able to
Disgusting.
notice this. Her shoulders
Return
are
to
far too
tradition.
wide to the rest
Chalk
of her
to
frame.
wall.
It makes her look way
If you have a
too
piece of
bulky.
chalk,
And so we
you
are
got a
going
wall,
to fix these
put that chalk to
proportions
that
with
wall
the
right now.
Photoshop
Do it.
Liquify tool. Simple, subtle changes.
Don't
but it
actually wear
actually
the
has
walls.
a
Don't do
very
that.
significant effect on the overall appearance and
Oh, shit.
composition. The shoulders now look consistent with the rest of her frame, and overall she looks more feminine and delicate, which I personally like and is more accurate to my
Oh, yeah,
wife
he
as well.
personally, you see,
With
he
all
likes
these
what the
changes
machine did
done,
that time.
We are
Good
now
job,
ready
machine.
to generate
did
the
it.
final
I mean, I did it
high-resolution
because
version.
I'm
We're
doing
going
it.
to use the Ultimate SD
I meant.
Upscaler,
course.
which is an extension that you can download in
Shit, I'm
Stable
gonna die.
Diffusion, using the 4x Ultra Upscale checkpoint.
Oh, good, good.
Another thing that
Get
you
the machine
can
again.
download. We're going to increase the resolution by 3 times, which is going to add
Cool.
lots of finer details.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah,
And here
good.
we have the final image.
Look, he put
And
those
when I
details
look at
there.
it,
Look at
I'm
that.
honestly put
He
in a
put those
state
there.
of
He did
awe
that.
as to how beautiful
That was
this
him.
image is. The lighting,
He did that.
the movement, the flow of the hair, cape and
He did
cloth,
that through his
the
machine.
design
His
of the
machine was the
outfit,
tool,
the
but he did
finer
it.
Details, the metallic
The slave
shoe
was
and
the
how
tool.
vest just pops out at you.
The slave was
and
the
of
tool, but I
course,
was the one
has
whipping it.
beautiful face of my wife.
You see?
And
I'm
now
the
let's just
artist.
compare the before and after. This
Whoa.
was the beginning image generated from the first prompt.
Uh-huh.
We were able to take that prompt
And
which
then
already took a
regenerate
lot
it.
of human
Roll the
input
dice.
to refine
Roll the
and get
dice.
right,
Roll the
generate
dice.
an image,
Keep going.
and
Not
using
good
all
enough.
the
Not good
artistic
enough.
ability
Not good
that I
enough.
developed through my life, we were able to turn
Change
that
keyword,
image
not good enough.
into this.
Change keyword,
The
not good enough.
combination of artistic ability, technical knowledge.
Here, I'll
in the
pretend to be an
program,
artist for a
working
second.
with
Let me color
multiple
these
models,
red.
applying
Pretend
laws
like I
to
have
get
any
the effects
skill
that
at
we
all.
want. Multiple
Let
different
me LARP a
tools
little bit.
within
Make
the
me feel
program,
good.
from high-res
So I can
fix
sleep tonight,
to image
alone.
to detailed multiple steps of
Because my wife
inventing
sleeps on the
personal
couch now.
custom-made
She
models
says I don't have any
train
passion
myself,
anymore. She says
and
I'm
a
dead
better
inside.
extension for a much
She says
more
I'm cold
refined,
all the time, that I have
upscaled,
no warmth left in my
high-resolution
life.
result. And that is just having a
She wants to go
technical
stay with her
knowledge of
parents.
Stable Diffusion,
I don't know why.
knowing how
Anyway,
to
back
use
to this
multiple
AI
tools,
slop.
let alone
Right?
the illustration
Right, buddy?
ability I was able to apply
Right?
in Photoshop to edit,
You happy yet?
clean up, fix,
Do you feel
and
fulfilled in
create
your life yet?
the image that I wanted. And here we can see the process which we just undertook. There are some image
Whoa.
stages that are not appearing because I didn't save them at that stage. But you can still see the overall
Look, he made that, guys. Look. Whoa, hold on.
process,
That's not
which
the
took me
one. That's the one. That's the one he made. Look. Wait, no, not yet.
2.5 hours from start to finish. A lot
2.5 hours. You could have just drawn it. You could have just drawn it. Okay. Okay, no,
more
just finish the
time,
video.
work, effort, and skill needed than just a
Just
click.
end it.
I can't see how anyone who watched this entire process could then assume that the AI is just doing all the work, and that
Oh, certainly not. Certainly not. How can anybody ever think that? Of course. Oh, you think the slave did all the work? No, just because I whipped it. Oh, it's just because the slave was the one who did the paintbrush. Oh, you think the slave did this? Oh, how dare you? Harumph, I say. I'm storming off now. Hoity-toity, this, and the other. Oh, I dare say, my good sir. How dare you? Out, I say. Cast you out into the snow. No, leave your jacket. It's mine now. Go, I say. You're banned from my property. Go. How dare you?
there is no
How
human
dare you, good
artistic
sir?
vision or input or talent needed.
This is my
People who
art.
say such things
The slave
honestly
was the
do
tool.
not know what they are talking about. They are statements from profound ignorance when it comes to this technology. And deeply insulting to me as an artist who
I
has
would
just
never wanna
made
do
something
that.
of deep artistic expression and love for my wife.
Never.
And not just images of my wife, of characters that I love, I can also create incredible
I love my
ID.
I love my wife so much that I whipped a machine. I kept whipping it. I did it for 2.5 hours. You don't understand. I whipped this thing for 2.5 hours. Because I'm too lazy to learn how to draw. So I whipped this machine until it spit something out that I thought was presentable to my wife. Isn't that romantic of me? It's so romantic, right, guys? My wife loves me, okay? I promise you, she loves me. By the way. Wait, this is all my shit. Hold on. I promise my wife still loves me. Okay? We're doing great.
Detailed, truly stunning pieces of art of my own characters and stories. These AI art generators do not need to be feared. When used in combination with your artistic
Don't fear them.
ability,
I'm disgusted
artists
by them.
can get the very best results out of AI art generators. They can be the most incredible tool.
See, this is a real. So you know how you say like transphobia. Oh, it's not a fear of those. I just don't like them. This is a real case of that. I'm not. This is not AI phobia. Phobia means that you fear it. I just hate it.
Tools for artists. And if artists are worried about getting replaced, they need to understand that they have the ability to make the very best AI
They have the ability
art.
also.
And they could never be replaced.
They can do
when
this
still
as
make
well.
The very best quality at a competitive rate, speed, and quantity to what many
Agitated. Okay, I need
industries
to
are
give this game a
looking
break.
for and want. And that's just the commercial industry side of this discussion. The claim that AI art
This game's
is
hard to
no
play while I
way
watch
art
stuff.
at all is a statement of profound ignorance and elitism. And people can believe that. I just know it's not true, because I know I continually experience deep artistic satisfaction from the things I am able to create.
I promise you, whatever you're feeling, if that's artistic satisfaction, okay, that's made up bullshit. It's completely fabricated. Your mind is tricking you, okay? It's in denial. What your mind is trying to do is save you from dying, because it understands, like that little part in your brain understands that this is not, that's bullshit. You know that. You know that. Look deep inside of yourself and search for the answer. I know it's there. You know that you're lying to yourself when you say that. Okay, so don't lie to yourself. Have some self-respect. You have no pride and no No room to justify pretending to be an artist, LARPing at being an artist. How dare you? How dare you? People study that craft for their whole lives, man. Go unappreciated. Okay? Taken way too early from this world. And what do you have? What do you bring to us, to our society, to our civilized world full of art, full of things that bring people joy and happiness? What do you bring? You bring a machine. A machine that you whip until it gives you something that you think approximates what you had in your brain. That's what you bring to our civil society, sir? Really? That's what you have to offer? I think not. Cast him out into the cold.
Create with these incredible tools. Because look at this final image. How could anyone say
it is a
that
little
it
scary,
is
you're right,
made
that it
by
could replace
AI,
artists?
when it's literally impossible for the AI to have made it? You saw how much human input was involved to create.
I don't care. I don't care. It literally made it for you. It's not that much different, dude, from what it was. It's really not. Okay, it can't be. Because it's all sourced from the same material. From the same slave that you're whipping.
Create this image, this piece of art. I hope everyone who's watched this video now knows that no, this is a piece of art made by me, made by a human, using
made by
tools
me. You're the slave that I whipped.
in combination with other artistic tools like Photoshop and my own artistic ability. It is still human-made art, just assisted with AI technology.
No, I refuse. Absolutely not. No, I tore into him a lot, and I stand by all of it. Every word of it. That is passionless and soulless. How dare you? How dare you bring that to our civil society, sir? I think not. I think the not. You put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. How dare you try to pretend you're an artist? Patooey. Patooey, I say. No. How dare you? Shadiversity. How dare you? Yeah. Follow Twisty on Twitter. We'll link you in the video. Follow Twisty on Twitter if you want real art. Content warning. Yes, it is spicy art. Okay, spicy. It's a content warning. But go follow Twisty if you want real art. Okay, she doesn't use an AI generator and pretend and LARP. Okay, she actually puts pen to paper or digital pen to digital paper, which is still art. Okay, don't make a machine do your shit for you. Your creative shit. Make it do the tedious shit. Make it wash your clothes. A machine can wash clothes. A machine can organize files. A machine can hold money. You know, make the machine do the tedious tasks. But leave the art to people, okay? To people. What is wrong with you guys? What is wrong with you? I sound like my dad now. Come on. Yeah, don't make me sound like my dad. I love my dad. Anyway, point is, enjoy life a little bit, man. Make your own art. Even if it's bad, okay? It's still yours, okay? I far and away respect a 3-year-old's terrible horse drawing over an AI generated piece of slop. No, thank you. That is not even going on the fridge, my friend. That goes straight in the trash. Straight in the trash. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Make real art. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join. You got some awesome benefits, such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.